and then I just make sure it's rolling, and then I'll cut out this piece, and then we just go from there. Good. So hi, I have the pleasure here of introducing you all to Pam Waterhouse. So thank you, Pam, for coming in and sharing your insights with us.
My pleasure.
So I just have a couple questions. Well, 3 to be exact. The first one is speech and language pathologist role in the school system is so vital. I know we both agree with that. And you've been an SLP for a few years. How do you see your role and how it's changed over the years?
So when I first came to working as an SLP in the school district, we worked very much in a medical model where the speech pathologists came in, assessed the children. We could see our students 2-3 times a week for therapy. It was our job to fix students. But over the years, as populations increased, we have more kids with more disabilities. We have less money being put into student services and learning services for students. We're spread thinner and thinner. Mm-hmm. So just like kind of all the other districts and what's happened across the country as well as the United States is that we move into this consultation role where we're very much working at that tier 1 and tier 2 level in the response to intervention model. We're giving workshops and collaborating with teachers and collaborating with other professionals and trying to work very closely to put really good programs in place for students 5 days a week, as opposed to we're waiting for somebody to come and fix them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a key point, isn't it? Yeah. So, and I know myself as a teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing, I do rely on you, all the SLPs within each of the schools that I have had students for lots of consultation and direction. So how would you see the SLP as part of the support for a hard of hearing student?
I think the best outcomes for students always occur when everybody works as a team, because everybody has their own frame of reference, and if one person is doing all the work and all the programming, all they're bringing is this little narrow focus. But when you have all the other people on the team bringing more to the picture, you get a really rich educational experience. You're taking so many more things into account than just the reading specialist or just the speech pathologist. Mm-hmm. It's just a richer educational program for the student with much better outcomes. And that feeling of we're all a team, we're all in this together, we're all working for this one goal, and not it's one person's job and isn't she doing a crummy job. You know, so it's that feeling of it being a team, and we can all support and help each other.
And I felt that through the years here working in this district. What's been key for me is the consultation around assessments.
Yeah. And I think that assessment piece is so vital to a student, to be accountable and to look for progress and to be able to measure the progress they're making, and B, to write a really comprehensive IEP with goals specific to that student and where they are at that moment. Assessment is a snapshot of that student's skills on that day, but also it's a way for us to look at where they're breaking down, and the pathology part of the speech language pathology degree is the ability to look at why are they breaking down and what do we need to work on. Is it the vocab? Is it the grammar? Is it the sentence structure? Is it the memory? Where is the holdup? What do we need to work on that's going to make the biggest impact the fastest? And then so it's that pathology piece that we can bring to the table to really streamline things and have the best outcomes for students.
Yeah, and that's the expertise that comes with the SLP training.
Yeah.
And then you have your classroom teacher trained person and the learning assistants, and then of course the most important person is the educational assistant.
And when you work as a team, fabulous things happen for the students.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah. Now, bottom line is there's not enough SLPs in the district, is there? With all students, that need the service, and I know you've done some great workshops with a kindergarten teacher, and you were a guest speaker at one of our EA networking workshops, and so I know you probably have some really good tips in the back of your head that maybe you could kind of share with us, that from your perspective as an SLP, when you think of kids in a classroom with an EA supporting.
Yeah, so my very first tip is the SLP is your friend. Know your SLP, approach your SLP, connect with your SLP, ask questions. We're busy, but we're never too busy to be helpful and hopefully an important team member.
Yeah, exactly.
If you need more education in the area of articulation skills, in the area of building sentence structure skills, SLPs usually have a vast knowledge of programs, of resources.
Bag full of tricks.
Many bags. Many bags in the trunk of our car. And we can help you, and sometimes even do some professional development for staffs, to get everybody on board, to get the knowledge there so that people are feeling like, oh yeah, I've got this under control. I know what I can be doing in the classroom that's best practice. Because really we want our students to have wonderful things in place 5 days a week, not 20 minutes once a week.
Exactly. And I'm going to put a little plug in here for folks watching this, because Pam Waterhouse and one of her colleagues are going to be developing a bit of a workshop also similar to this EA training, so that if this is something of your interest, they'll have our email, so I will have Pam's email. So if that's something that someone's interested in finding out more, as soon as it's available, I could easily pass on the links and the such, because it's good information.
For years I've done a workshop called Articulation in the primary classroom, and the comment I get from teachers is, why is this not part of our teachers training? Because realistically, how do you work on phonics, and how do you work on phonemic awareness, and how do you teach kids to read and write and spell when they can't pronounce sounds right? So it's just all about, what does working on sounds look like within a classroom?
So this has just been great. The one tip I know at our EA mentoring that really some EAs gave me the feedback that, wow, that really made sense to me. And it was along the lines of articulation, which is key.
So people are often hesitant to work on articulation with students, and it's that feeling of, well, I'm not a professional. I couldn't possibly do this. And I say parents aren't professionals, but they teach their kids to talk every single day. They correct them. And the only thing you can do wrong is to say, wow, that's right, when they've said it wrong. So feel free to try. Say, oops, you made a mistake. Watch my tongue. Say it this way. And if they do it, tons of reinforcement. And if they can't do it, say, good try. We'll try again tomorrow. But not to say, wow, that was excellent, when it was incorrect. That's the only way that you can further embed speech errors. So, go forth and practice.
Excellent. Good. And and we look forward to hearing more about the speech and language course that will be coming our way.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Okay, thank you.